Check out this fish. He got 2 swim baits in his mouth. Got a mouthful.
Well, me and Jerry are on our way back over to Egypt. It's pretty cold this morning. It's like low 30s. It's supposed to warm up a little bit. Sun's out, so that's gonna help. Gotta go when you can go. Check out the steam stack. It's not pushing out a lot of steam, which means they're not generating a lot of power. That's okay. Curious to see what this water looks like. Had a lot of rain. Cedar's real muddy right now. I'm sure this lake's pretty high and muddy as well. What's up, folks? Just trying to get this video out before the weekend. I know there's a USA Bassin tournament over at Lake of Egypt, and I wanted to share some recent footage. I'm sure most people that are fishing are going to be able to go over there and do some pre-fishing, but if you're not able to get over there, kind of wanted to clue you in on what's going on. The water's high. It's stained right now. We've been catching all our fish on the A-rig and shaky head. No secret there. We've just been following the wind. Whatever banks the wind's blowing. I'm going to show you here on Google Earth. It's the first time I've done this, but I'm going to check. I'm going to try to pull it up and see if I can pull it off. Kind of show you how the wind affects that lake. Anywhere that the wind's blowing on those points is where we've been getting bit at. You know, this is in the lower end of the lake. We ran down to the upper end of the lake and past the no ski area, and the water temperature up there was about 42 degrees. And it was heavily stained. You get back in those creeks, it's really stained. We didn't stay back there long. We fished for about 30 minutes. I think we had one bite, just flipping some grass with a jig. And we decided to get out of there and head on down to the warmer water. The way that lake works is it's a power plant lake, so when they're generating power, they're discharging warm water. Depending on the wind direction, it blows that water down the lake. So if you've got a north wind, it's going to blow it down the middle of that lake. The lake runs north to south for the most part until you get to the no ski area, and then it runs east. So that water is, if the wind's blowing out of the north or the northwest, that's in my opinion, that's your best wind direction, because it blows it on down the lake. If the wind's blowing out of the south, it blows it right back up towards the dam, towards the power plant, so it doesn't filter out as much. When they're not generating, that water temperature will fall several degrees within a 24-hour period, and it kind of shuts those fish down. What you got to do is figure out where the wind's been blowing prior, and a lot of times there'll still be some warm water in that area. We've been finding water temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s, so 49 to 53. This is in the main body of water there, closer towards the power plant. Yesterday a friend went over there, that was Wednesday, and he said he saw 43 degrees in that same area, and the water was like 1 foot visibility. The thing to remember is it's real important to pay attention to the way the wind's been blowing for the last couple days, couple days prior to when you're going to fish, because that is where a lot of the warm water is going to settle. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the video of the fish catches and stuff. I'm sure you guys will be familiar with some of the areas we're fishing. There's no secret spots. It's a pretty small lake. It's just one community hole after another. You just got to figure out which areas the fish are biting. Got to find that warmer water. That's the key. So here we go.
A little chop. That's what you want. A little chop on the lake. Definitely high.
A little chop suey. It's got to be rolling over this dam.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see here where it's flowing. Backfilling.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's
high.
roaring. Oh, you can't even see it. You can't even see the dam.
Yeah, it's probably 2 feet high.
Sometimes she's sweet, sometimes she's sour. Yeah, she gets down on me. Gonna go with the
show you this little area that we're fishing out here and what's been going on, why there's fish holding on it. If you look at the map right here, you've got, let me zoom it in. You've got a channel swing comes right through here, and we've been catching our fish right in this area right here. So this channel swings and bends out, but these fish have kind of migrated right along this bank. There's a lot of brush and big rock and stuff out here, and it seems like the fish hold in this area a lot. But that's why you got a channel swing, point, and a bank. And wind. You got to have wind. And today the wind wasn't blowing right on it. It needs to be blowing right in on it. It was blowing down it, so that makes a difference too.
I'm an early morning riser, I'm an easy operator. Yeah, I flash a smile or two. You can hand me that joint if you can't get my point. This conversation's through. That's between the river and you. That's between the river and you. That's between the river and you. When you don't know what to say and you don't know what to do, that's between the river and you. That's between the river and you.
Alright, pulled up on this little mainland bank and caught a few fish on a shaky head. The A-rig bites off, but I think it's getting ready to turn on. The wind's picking up, water temperatures 45 degrees over here.
Nice. That's nice. That's a nice one. Where we're supposed to be in the grass.
Kind of a midday report. Still pretty chilly out here. We ran to the upper end of the lake past the Spanish house. It's a lot more stained up here, and the water temperature is like 42.3. Did manage to get one bite, but didn't connect. So I think we're gonna start working our way back towards the warmer water. Okay, I just pulled up Lake of Egypt on Google Earth Maps, and you can see over here where my cursor's at. This is the hot water discharge. So the first thing you want to do when you're pulling into the lake is, this is the dam right here. You're going to be driving across this road. There's a cooling tower, and there'll be steam coming out of it. You can look at that cooling tower, see which way that steam's pointing, and that's going to be your wind direction. The ideal wind direction will be north-northwest, which will blow that water all the way down the center of this lake. So here's your marina. This is where you're going to be putting in at. Most likely Max is over here, but most of the tournaments go out of here. So you can kind of visualize by looking at that steam where the warm water is going to be blowing down the lake. It's kind of like your course heading on your graph. When you're running your GPS chart, it shows your heading extension. I kind of visualize the same thing with this cooling tower. And that's going to bring, say the wind's blowing out of the northwest, that's going to bring all these points into play. So anything that's got wind blowing on it, a lot of these main lake points down through here are going to have active fish on them. Like you can look in this little area right here. There's 4 points right here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These are all going to be good. As you move on down the lake, you see some more points right here. These are all main lake points. This is a creek coming in. Even over here, this is an island, but this is a kind of an underwater point that comes out. As you move on down the lake, you can see these points here. Now, this right here is what we call the no ski area. There's no ski buoys right here. This is about where the warm water quits having an effect on the lake. As you get back in here, it's more of natural. It'd be just normal conditions. It's not influenced by the warm water. You got several creeks that come in back in here, and these are going to be really stained right now, really muddy. But there's still fish in them. You know, the fish stay. They don't all come up to the warm water. I think a lot of these fish don't even know that there's warm water. Another thing to think about is the wind will shift throughout the day. So say there's not wind blowing in this area. Well, if you got more of a north wind, maybe it's blowing in this area. As the wind kind of shifts northwest, it's going to start bringing that warm water over here. So you might want to come back in the afternoon when that wind's changed and it's pushing that warm water over here and check some of these areas. And if it changes even more, say it starts coming out of the west, it'll blow warm water back in here. And it only takes a couple hours to warm it up a couple degrees. So say you start in the morning back in this area and the water's 48. Well, in a couple hours, if that wind is shifted, it can warm up to 51, 52 degrees, and these fish can really turn on. These are just some things you got to think about when you're fishing a warm water lake. The conditions will change throughout the whole day. Now, if you got a south wind, it's going to keep that warm water in this area. A lot of times this cove right here will get some warm water in it. If you got a south wind, it'll kind of curl around and stall out in this area and work its way, in these coves. Like this is I think they call this the Elks Cove. This is a good area of lake to fish. The Marina Cove is always good. It's always got fish in it. It's got released fish. But any of these points along through here is where we've been catching a lot of our fish at on the A-rig and also on the shaky head.
Sometimes she's sweet, sometimes she's sour. Yeah, she gets down on me. Gonna go with the flow, all the rhythm that's pounding through these eyes you see. That's between the river and me. That's between the river and me.
Coming down this point, that fish absolutely smashed it. It's about to pull the rod out of the fish. Nice fish. Got the little spots on it. Yeah. There's one. That's a good one. Yeah. I am still rolling. Get your brake close. Nice fish. Didn't do much. Pretty fish. This is a giant. Ta-da!
Good luck to all the guys that are going to be out there fishing on Sunday. If you got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section. Subscribe, like, share. It really helps. It makes a difference. I really appreciate it. I believe there's going to be a bunch of rain Saturday. They're calling for severe weather, so that's going to probably make the water rise even more and make it a little more stained. But I would definitely try to find that wind. If there's no wind, you're going to have to slow down. Fish a shaky head or jig or something on the bottom. But good luck, guys, and I wish I was fishing. I've got family obligations, so I won't be out there. But curious to see how you guys do.
What'd you say you were?
Yeah, I was talking to a fish one time, and he was telling me about the rain and how
You want to go straight?
how there we go, how it brings in the oxygen. You know, kind of on a day like today or this time of year when it's really cold, the rain's going to be just a hair bit warmer, right?
Right.
At least you would hope. And hope this guy turns. So anyway, he just seemed to like it. He liked to get up shallow, liked to get up in the grass and the weeds and up around the sticks, any of those little brush piles that this was kind of stupid. I'm trying to do a video. How am I going to do this? Take out.
Perfect.
Perfect.